That Comic-Con on the computer, all black. Guy who created this black people.
We got it. When is he in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the three of the guests, one's gonna be Beyonce Cobb and the Grits and whatever podcast.
There you go.
The other one is gonna be Sonny Show, who if you ever been on Facebook at any point in time, he's gonna be there too.
Mike, check one, two.
Black Bowman's actually showing up too.
I don't know. Even those people are. I just want to go. You said Black Woman. Ain't she having the anime game stuff?
She is the finest woman watching Dragon Ball, any of them. And I tell you, she really knows it. I'm talking about, so since I have to work her stage, I'm just gonna tell myself I'm not going to engage. Because first of all, she fine as shit and she thick as hell.
I'm gonna have to say what's up. No, Mike. No, Mike. We are not doing it.
She already got me in the park. That really hurt me. If she got me off a conversation,
So she think like Bowman and make it happen. Stop. See, this is why you got to be stopped. We are alive. That's the crazy part. It didn't even matter because he didn't care. He didn't care. He did not care. All right, I gotta get that together.
Do I need to move?
You're good. That just need to go over there where what's the name is. I just gotta swap.
Hey, it was fun. We're talking about Michael Jordan.
It was fun to be playing the Jordan role and trolling because Jordan will stay trolling. So
Now Jordan is definitely masterful at trolling.
I don't usually be trolling. That would be a blast.
I do want you to the fans to feel upset with you. They're not. They be mad.
They need to be.
They're not. I'm mad.
How are we looking on what's our looking on password?
Oh, it's a very long password.
Well, you might want to say out live.
All right, let's hope that this works. We are definitely. Yeah, I was about to say we are definitely live. So much time. Suck my soul out here to put my password out there. Oh man. You know, more than do something, it's like, let me put this thing together real quick. I already know we in a new spot, we in a new space. First of all, shout outs to our Kick people out there, our people on Kick. We appreciate you for being here.
What's happening?
Make sure I get this thing.
It's funny, every time you do this, I'm gonna eat, drink my beer.
Oh, you're gonna give you amazing sports house. Hey, ain't that like Tyrion off the Game of Thrones? I drink and I know games.
That's what I do.
Literally.
Y'all should be that shirt. That sounds like pretty accurate.
You know what? I would. I just don't feel like dealing with it. I don't feel like dealing with it.
It'll be too factual. You're right. Because at that point, I would just point to the shirt. I'm not gonna actually say. No.
Hey, look. It is what it is.
This one is literally Ultron. So no.
Well, we can start it off with a 25 for you. Yeah. And so on spot, that's the crazy part out here. You don't see why I'm part.
You should fit in a jar because we're already done.
No, the cash out's gonna be better because we might not carry cash.
That's true. But I just say beer fund like APH did, so we can get off.
You're right. You're right. Should be a beard fund.
Yeah. Well, then you gotta do a beard back.
It is a beard fund that we.
Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started, shall we? Every game, every era, everything. Oh, that's me mine. You're listening to Squad Sport Cats. 4 brothers, 1 mic, all sports. So, y'all already know, for those that are watching, we had a crazy episode last week. There was plenty of opportunities for the fellas to earn the Crash Team title. Between Mike's outbursts, Jordan's disdain about discussing elite or superstar talent, my defense of Jalen Hurts, or Marvin's electrical power issues. Yes, we are adding that to the list. Adding that to the list. The fans have voted, and shockingly, your Crash Team for episode 38 is none other than Mr. Jordan Wood. Yes, you did. Congratulations, I love it. as always, that's 30 seconds.
Listen, go Birds. I don't care what y'all think. My takes are my takes. I'm still good at it.
Y'all heard it from the man first. His take's still good out here. That's what the fellas decided a little bit. I got a special one for you. Because guess what? We got a special segment that we got a real new special segment just for you guys today. Y'all gonna love it. But now that that's out the way, let's get into it. All right, topic number one. We start off with the WWE SummerSlam. And what a weekend it was at SummerSlam. It delivered one of WWE's biggest weekends of the year, packed with title changes, surprise returns, and unforgettable moments.
My gracious.
Roman Reigns. Y'all already know. They acknowledge him. Retaining the World Heavyweight Championship in an instant classic against Seth Rollins. No, finally defeating him for the first time in a pay-per-view. While CM Punk held on to the undisputed WWE Championship over Cody Rhodes, the biggest surprise came on night 2 when Gunther was added to the scheduled #1 contenders match due to his victory in night 1. However, the returning Kevin Owens shocked everybody by becoming the 4th participant. Owens capped off his comeback by winning the Fatal 4-Way to earn the next shot at CM Punk, adding Chad Gable winning his first Intercontinental Championship, and Brock Lesnar seemingly passing the torch to Oba Finn. And SummerSlam gave us plenty to talk about heading into the fall.
Wow.
So let's get into the matches real quick. So first things first, Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins, closing one of the greatest rivalries, modern rivalries, while retaining the championship. CM Punk, in shocking fashion, to my shock, defeated Cody Rhodes to retain the undisputed WWE Championship. Oba Finn takes the rubber match, defeating Brock Lesnar. Of course, Lesnar endorsed him afterwards and announced his retirement from wrestling.
Lesnar retired.
He retired after this match. Please don't fatal. Oh, yeah, just put the here. The fatal 4-Way match for the #1 contender. Kevin Owens was the one that emerged victorious.
Kevin Owens.
After defeating not only Finn Balor, but also Gunther as well. So after missing out on 17 months, he comes back to win the #1 contender.
Cheers, man. Boy.
Next on the list, you had Chad Gable versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable won due to submission, the ankle lock. So he captured his first singles via WWE.
Who do you beat?
Penta.
Oh, you beat Dixon?
He beat Penta.
When I tell you,
It was over.
Penta was beating.
He was pretty good.
But at the same time, you twist somebody's ankle and you
That ankle lock is legit though. Like,
job.
you ain't talking about it.
Oh no, he was gonna turn the foot and it was literally about 1 second away from dislocating.
Oh no.
Penta was a smart man.
For the United States Championship match, you had Frank Williams versus Baron Corbin. However, Baron Corbin immediately won, shocking the world with underhanded tactics, winning by pinfall. You also have the Emerald Women's Championship ladder match, in which Chelsea Green wins her first women's championship after a very chaotic ladder match. Cannot for a second. I want us to stop. That Chelsea Green match was very, very good.
When I say very good, I would go out my way to say that match is what made night 2 better than night 1.
Absolutely.
I ain't never seen that many women hate each other like that. That's hate.
I've only seen that much hate in a Dirty Hard City. That's the only one I hate. I've only seen more hate in Dirty Hard City.
Jay
That's
Cargill literally almost won.
Yeah,
And was so and hated that girl
so much.
so bad that she pulls the ladder down the both of them fall. Lash Legend, which side note, if no one else has said it, Lash Legend was actually the other person that should have won that match. Because she was BTA as well.
Justin Grayson passed out on the ladder and then all of a sudden just pops up out of nowhere. I was like,
That was
that was some
I ain't like that.
listen.
Freak me out.
I was here with I was like, go for it. I had to tell you.
Bro, like,
Bro, they broke her.
because her face,
They broke her.
like,
They broke her.
that's why I had to salute you. Yeah, Chelsea Green, hey, yo, you are the $6 million woman, shorty, because, they put her through head. That was the real hell of the sale.
It was.
Man, when I tell you, her face went through a ladder, her body went through a turnbuckle, then they put her through another. Like, I felt like they just kept finding ladders.
It didn't matter the way.
Like, ladders just kept appearing out of nowhere. And I was just like, oh, they hate Chelsea Green. They're like, no. Like, I don't know. But somehow, somewhere, everybody doomed, Lash Legend hurt,
It don't matter.
Cargill hurt,
It don't matter. Chelsea Green's the champion.
Chelsea Green.
And in the last match, Danhausen, he beats Dominic Mysterio for the human money. So he does defeat him. Also, as a note,
Wait, you talking about the guy that's a vampire?
yes,
He beats Dom Mysterio.
yes, he beat Dominic Mysterio.
I don't care what nobody says. I want to go on camera and say that might be one of the greatest gimmicks of
All time.
all
All time. Bro, you unprecedented.
Conversation.
I don't know if there are many gimmicks, but
There's not many Undertaker.
Nah, I don't know. Bro.
No. The
I
only
think it might be Downhouse 1.
Mick Foley.
2 is Mick Foley, and
three might be Undertaker.
soft transition between the three.
Taco. Miss Al Snow.
Taco was great.
What Al Snow?
I'm sorry.
I need more head, brother.
But you got
The team's the same. Used to have to that.
well, we gotta understand that Danhausen transcended
And then, but here's the thing too that got me about Danhausen, bro. He has many houses. That was the wild. And then the wildest thing for me is, bro, Dominic Mysterio's gonna have to answer to somebody for his time. Because the mini houses started going BTA. Man, one of the mini houses hit that man. He literally hit him, he drop kicked him, and the other one came from behind.
Better than Shadira.
Hey,
With the poison mist with the kick.
Nah, there's only one Tajiri. There are literally 7 mini down houses. But all of them can wrestle. Like that's the wild. Like all of them had a signature move to them. And then like, where's he getting the human monies from? Because now you can buy human monies. Human money. Listen, I don't know, bro. This is the wildest thing ever, but I'm here for it.
It was
And for the record, uncurse the Knicks.
exactly
Curse Stephen A. Smith.
first of Morgan, but she
Curse
killed the
Liv Morgan.
she broke the curse technically.
But somehow she broke the curse, which is interesting. I don't know.
We can look into that one.
Just don't curse us, please.
We don't want that.
No one
Speaking
here.
of which, random thing. Y'all talk about Cell. I saw Imperfect Cell for the first time online. I never want to see that again.
What's that again?
That's a nightmare.
Dragon Ball.
Imperfect Cell is a freaking nightmare.
One of these days, y'all, we might have an anime conversation.
The way
To be
the
determined.
way he destroyed
Or
superheroes. I'm way more akin to superheroes. No.
We might have
comments. Right.
but bro, right there.
Nick Aldis, of course, faced off against Gunther. He lost.
Yeah.
The update was he did submit his resignation, but Triple H said, "At that, you are still the general manager of SmackDown."
And who's trying to retire?
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis, the guy who faced Gunther with the
But then the funny thing is, well, for all that, that BCA that he took in the ring,
he did great though.
he did, number one. he used to really be that guy. People need to put respect on Nick Aldis's name. That man didn't go out like a chump. But however, to make such grand decisions,
What was the decision? Tell us about the decision.
my man said, you know what? Bring out Gunther. Let Gunther join the match. And we all thought he was there. I ain't gonna lie to you, adding Gunther to that situation was a nice little, like,
Nice twist to it.
you know what I'm saying? But for this man to have Kevin Owens in them,
So Kevin Owens been active lately?
No, he went out in 17 months.
at one point in time was told he was never gonna wrestle again.
Wow.
And then for him to not just return to the WWE, but he returned in rare form.
He returned in his original form. Because here's the thing you gotta understand. When Kevin Owens first touched WWE,
He was the man.
he was the man.
So it's like 20 seconds.
At that time, that was prime Cena.
I about to say he did.
That man is on a very short list of people that beat prime Cena. Which that list is The Undertaker, CM Punk, him,
Yeah.
and Brock Lesnar. That's it.
And I feel like we can't count Brock Lesnar because, I mean, let's be real. Brock Lesnar is the destroyer of the worlds.
But Cena won. So it's like you have to join that list. It's a very short list of people that beat Cena in his prime.
For sure.
1-on-1 with no craziness.
For sure. Because, man, when I tell you, like, that match for me, like, I was already excited about what night one did, especially as an over 50 fan.
Oh yes.
But that match adding Kevin, the electricity, the
Man, we're excited to see him. It sounds good.
like it, man, you should have seen the audience.
It was hype.
You would have thought Stone Cold on the Rock came back out.
Unexpected, huh?
Man, listen,
But you gotta understand,
because like people was really like doctors, like multiple doctors from multiple places was telling this man like, hey, listen, bro,
This ain't for you. Don't
I
worry.
know Lord.
You got a different career path.
Hang this thing up, man.
I think they were considering it like the Edge situation.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't as bad as that, but it was definitely close. Edge had he had an issue. I think it was multiple vertebrae that was.
I know Stone Cold had a situation like that.
But his actually forced him to retire.
Yeah.
Like his forced him to retire. Like even if he comes back and does a match himself, like he can't do nothing crazy. Like
Yeah, a couple of stunners and out.
Edge came back and actually wrestled, and he's still wrestling right now, if I'm correct.
You are.
Yeah,
So-
so TNA.
Yeah, TNA. So he's still wrestling. But Kevin Owens was more like akin to Edge because they were like, hey, your back injury is a little too much. You may never wrestle again. So that's why it was like very, very good for the wrestling.
Or just like Big E's.
He came out
Not
hot.
like Big E.
He came out hot.
Not like Big E.
Ain't Big E like, is he paralyzed?
Nah, he just fizzled out.
I don't need to be out.
No, he's still hosting, and I'm about to say, man,
Dangerous enough.
no disrespect to Big E, but the transition was great. I also want to shout out the New Day because their transition to leaving the WWE. I think it's actually going to be very beneficial for those guys.
But you don't understand. Like
I
when we
think
talk
it's
New
not.
Day, they really they hold them.
Yeah.
They hold them in the last day. And in their like final days, like when they do that.
I can't even get that.
Like I'm ready to sit on the timeout now.
We got a timeout corner now.
And we do have the timeout.
Shout out to the timeout corner. But I digress. I think those guys moving forward from the WWE, it's actually going to be the best thing for them.
It's crazy word.
That's all collectively.
It's a crazy thing. I'm looking all like, wait a minute. We all got this.
And word.
We're living crazy lives, people. We're living crazy lives.
Hey, look.
But I actually want to ask this question because I'm curious to your thoughts on this. would I be wrong to say that this actually might be top 10 SummerSlams all time?
Top 10.
Top 10. I'm not going to give it 5. You can give it both nights 5. But Sunday night redeemed the Saturday night's slow drag of the beginning.
Oh yeah, but
Let's be real. Saturday night we get to
in the top 10. I still think the SummerSlam that had Daniel Bryan lose, even though he won the championship, to lose it to Randy Orton in that same night, that was a little bit good. That was good.
Oh,
And then you have to consider, I think there was something, was SummerSlam or was it, that might be Elimination Chamber. That was Elimination Chamber.
which one?
When Daniel Bryan had to go in the chamber to win the and then one came out. But was that was the Elimination Chamber?
Because Daniel Bryan, I think I just finished the yes thing. I think he had turned to no.
No, he changed back to yes.
Hey, now say what you want to. Daniel Bryan's gimmick might not be top 5, but it definitely no, it's top 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna say top 15, top 20.
Top 15,
I can't be top 10.
Because man, that wasn't
I
Bryan.
want y'all to tell me who had the best character development in WWE.
That's character development.
I think that's a big question for real. Because there's been so many characters, you know? But like, okay, for me, I'm Triple H probably is actually up there, to be honest.
So
Going from the 1, 2, 3 kid to the HBK to, you know,
DX and then back to HK and then back to the showstopper.
yeah.
His return to the showstopper was quite lovely.
The Rock.
Wow.
In conversation.
I don't
Rocky Meyer be into The Rock.
Nah, that's not character development. That was
Well, from heels to
Well,
bad guy to heel.
I think before we go into this, one of us should y'all define what character development is in your opinion.
What do you
What do
think,
you
Tony?
consider
What's character development?
Character development.
WWE. I think character development goes into different sagas of superstar. Like they start one way, and they have a different theme change. Their music may stay the same, but like their whole thing changes. Like John Cena, for example, started as the prototype, then became like the doctor of WWE, hustle, she respect, and then at the end he became like the elder statesman. He actually had hair that you saw. He didn't wear a hat. And then what was it? He became a heel. For like the first time since the Doctor of Thugonomics, he became a heel.
I love it.
And then he became a face again. But he had like a whole saga.
You are really good right now.
Right. Hey.
So
Got to give credit when
I think John Cena was the top 5. Crazy enough, because I don't think people like to speak about it. I really like Randy Orton's full body.
Yes, I do.
It's arguably
Yes, I do.
one of the greatest transitions ever.
I have the top
So
3.
for him to go face, but can never truly really be a face, like let's call it what it is. Randy Orton was always a heel, and he's
No.
Come on, man.
And 9 Randy Orton heel is probably top 5 all time.
Whoa, that's top 2.
Top 2? Okay.
Top 2 and not even 2. Okay, top 2 and not 2.
Yeah.
I will give that. That's heels. Yeah, that's heel. I know you're already not one. I don't ever want to be here.
I never want to be around that guy.
And Brock Lesnar's heel. No, Lesnar, Randy Orton has 2 heel. He has 2 heel time periods, and both of them are top tier.
Because at one point in time, no one wanted to go out into the ring.
You didn't want to go out the ring because you was gonna get your head punted in.
Yes.
Was going to RKO.
You got your head punted in, and then quarter Randy Orton. Oh come on. No. I don't understand that.
Corporate Randy Orton was a little different, but you know, I feel like Randy Orton, John Cena. I actually do feel like we gotta give credence to The Rock. For The Rock's character progression, like 'cause at first he really just didn't know how to sell you in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
He always had the physical attributes, but his talk game was kind of But one of the best things in the world to ever happen to The Rock was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh,
That energy together was amazing.
Sure was.
I also would say too,
Undertaker's that's doing that, bro. Undertaker's
because I feel like if we're talking about Taker,
orange hair like Blanca to going to the Dead Man Walking to going to American Nightmare to going to
but if we're gonna mention the Undertaker,
American Badass.
then we're not gonna disrespect Kenny. Because that whole journey,
Sure.
especially when they went from being brothers of destruction to bitter, oh my gosh.
I got one. But I think Kenny's individual character
I got that for you.
Yeah.
Wait, I got one for you. Even though he's in AEW right now, he's my favorite wrestler of all time, Chris Jericho.
Oh, of course.
The Y2G era. But then he had a bit of a sabbatical. Then he came back as the Save Us, then Save Me, where he was doing some like you sycophants, you hypocrites, all that. When he was corporate Chris Jericho, then he had the silence period where he didn't speak in the ring, and then he had the like, if you're drinking Corona, you just made a list. Yes, he did that.
Yeah.
And then like now as he's older, he's in his Prodigy rock star days where he's more managing the entourage. And then I think it was like the Jericho versus MJF basic saga when he started the AEW. He had that character. And he's been doing this for like almost 30 years. So
We gotta think about it because then you gotta add edge to that.
I was about to say, but we're not gonna not talk about it.
The rated R superstar?
yeah, so
I'm gonna tell you, I'm five.
Boss, 5 line. I said, what?
Bro, it took everything from me not to lose my mind because my mom was in natural. It took everything
I
from me not
was
to lose my mind.
losing it.
That honestly, the only other entrance that might beat that is John Cena's 2008 Royal Rumble return. That is the only entrance that I think might beat that. Man,
Would we argue
I
that
don't know.
John Cena is like top 5 entrances all time?
John Cena.
Yeah.
John Cena.
I'm not gonna lie. When the music drops, regardless of where he is or what he's doing, there is a pause. You gotta figure out how to
Undertaker won.
Taker's was definitely
Taker's won.
because he was always surprised. You never knew what was coming.
Taker's won. The
Also,
also
and Stone Cold's entrance was always
Stone
like,
Cold was too.
anytime you heard Stone Cold, you knew something was going down right then.
You knew that a BTA was coming.
You know what though? You know who we not mentioned and was disrespectful for not mentioning him? And his character development was excellent. Kurt Angle. Well, I love
Ooh. You know what?
Yes, sir. The Big Show. Though many of us, myself included,
WCW.
all jokes aside,
yeah, the
when
bullet.
he transformed into the Big Show, that whale was so
But
aggressive.
I don't think that it was like such a black character development.
Yeah, I'm
It
like,
wasn't like he was from Giant to the Big Show. He always wore the same outfit. Like it was
But
the
the
same.
thing
It was.
But no, that's not giving credit to the Big Show because remember he's at like 140, 150 pound weight difference. He was literally 500 pounds at one point, and now he's at like 360. He used to play basketball, I think, when he's at Duke or whatever. But he just went through. Yeah, he went through
I
several.
believe that's true.
He went to several weight changes, several like episode or saga changes. He's been through everything. He had the mullet. I think you had a bald head face and the
But
bald head face now.
I really do want to talk about Kurt Angle because you brought it up and I was like, you know,
Then I don't know why.
Kurt Angle, man. As far as that character development,
That's fun.
that's funny. I'm about to say interesting. When you hear that thing read 3 times, you knew it was game time. You had to clear it up, start losing it, pull the single down, and go crazy. Oh Lord. Here we go.
but I love that about Kurt Angle because like even when he went corporate, you were still annoyed. You were like, oh no, he about to be on that bullshit again. You know it. Yo, but you know what though? You know who else's character development was crazy as hell, but it actually worked.
Sting had crazy character development too.
He did. It would make Sting probably one of the best to do that. Though.
Because Sting switching from
Yeah.
the blonde to the black hair to the
red hair after the red face to the different like Sting was. And then when he went full blackjack,
You went, full black guy to sing with the bat?
Here's my crazy take. Here's my crazy take. I know somebody might hate me on this. Hulk Hogan
Had a lot of character development.
had a lot of character development.
yes,
He did.
You know, his offspring antics.
He was annoying, but he had a lot of character
But
development.
he does have a lot. He does.
I'm gonna say
He went babyface.
And Rey Mysterio had a lot of character development too.
but see, you know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said.
From NWO did.
And you know what I actually think pulled Hulk Hogan over to the masses? The Macho Man. And if you don't have that energy, then I don't think Hulk Hogan becomes
Oh,
beloved.
of course not. The Macho Man was that's what I said. We thought that was one of the greatest tag teams. When we talk about tag teams, we forgot about them.
Forget about it.
It's just disrespectful.
But it was factions we were talking about, not race.
Oh, that's why. That makes that
We
makes.
talking factions at that point.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's different.
But here's my thing. In order to be great individually,
Right.
would someone else have to help propel him? Because here's the other take on that. Watch on this.
Okay.
Roman Reigns.
I was glad.
We always speak on this man's name. He did not this man because of Seth Rollins.
We do that. And let's just be real, because they did his moves, but because of legalities and whatever. I want to look in the camera and say to the third member of the Shield, you are also that guy. If you ever get the opportunity to come back to the WWE, I'm pretty sure
It's cool. I really
it was
mean,
go crazy,
if
bro.
he goes
It
back,
would go crazy, bro.
he beats Roman's reign.
And I was just about to say, if he goes back to the WWE, though I don't think they're going to allow that, and I really don't.
They could. He's open to the idea.
But I feel like they were talking legalities, and now that Triple H to put on his, business suit and tie, he don't think like a wrestler no more. He's a businessman.
Exactly. But still, for business, it makes the most sense to add John Moxley
I'm just saying.
to the WWE.
Man, when I tell you that was actually the only thing that didn't happen at SummerSlam that I actually wished would have.
With a hopping.
If they would have just in the middle of the match.
It would have been a Michael Jackson event. You don't have people falling down. That's how I can do it. I want everything.
Immediately. Like you talking about, because you talking about the first time in I don't know how many years, just at least 10, every member of the Shield, and we got to talk. The Shield is arguably one of the greatest factions.
Well, we said that.
We said that.
Ooh,
We had this conversation. You weren't there for it. We had this conversation.
like when I tell you, like they made this what DX used to be. Like, they're the closest thing that we'll ever get to DX. Well, because Judgment Day,
NWO was number one.
NWO
So bad, but
NWO.
it was just too deep. It had
I
something.
mean, everybody was in WWE.
That's the whole WCW was like NWO. That's kind of like
That's what.
it was excessive.
Like, what's bro? Gary Cole, man.
It was
This is the wildest thing. Like, hold on, wait. Can somebody in the comments explain that to me? How did Gary Cole end up being part of the NWO?
Listen,
That's so weird thing, man.
You better acknowledge it.
Nah, you don't need to hot front for that.
Oh man.
All right. So we're gonna move on because we can talk wrestling games. So we gotta move on. We got a lot of topics to discover. Next on the list, this will make this man perk up real quick. We got NCAA preview. So college football is officially back in the spotlight as fall camps are underway, and preseason rankings have fans already debate who's built for a championship run. Defending champions Indiana into the season with plenty to prove, despite being outside the top 5 in the preseason coaches polls. While Ohio State opens up at number 1, followed by Oregon, Georgia, Texas, and Notre Dame.
Well, it's Bama in the top 5. Sorry.
Throw that in, didn't you? With quarterback battles, transfer portal additions, and playoff expectations taking center stage, every practice and every scrimmage matters from here on out. So, fellas, before the stimulus package is played, Who are your top 5 teams in college football heading into the 2026 season?
We got to
Who do you believe will be holding up that championship trophy in January?
You started with me?
Yeah, we're gonna start with you.
And
I'm just gonna say this, if he says Auburn, it takes immediately rescinded.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'll understand right now. Number one, I got Ohio State. I think that's accurate. They have the most talent across the board. They probably should have won it last year. They got upset in the college football playoffs. But look how many of them got drafted. I think it was 7 of them that got drafted in the first round. It just passed draft. What that tells me is that they're a talent factory. They're like the old Alabama right now, where the talent is just going to Ohio State. I think that we should put some respect on Miami's name, but I don't know that I'll put them in the top 5. I probably have them at number 9 because they're going. If you look at their schedule, they're playing in a weaker conference.
Miami 7, by the way.
Yeah, so, that's how you know. I didn't see the list, but I'll have them at 7 or 8. So, but I put some respect in their name. I think Ole Miss should actually be number 3 because Trinidad Chambliss came back, and they actually have a really stout team as a result of that.
They're 10 right now.
They should be higher than 10. They're a better team than that. They're stout at defense. They're stout offensively. They didn't have a lot of turnover. They didn't lose their coaches. And Trinidad Chambliss coming back to me resoundingly puts them probably number 4 as far as once you get to see the season out, watch it play out. I got to probably top 4. I got Georgia. Georgia. It's interesting they're number 2. I don't think that they're the second best team in the country. Oh no, you said no. Well, Oregon.
Oregon's number 2.
I don't trust Oregon. And for valid reason, right? And I used to live in Portland, which was the funny part, but I don't trust Oregon, and they might as well just become a Missouri. They're the show me state because there's no way every year that you are this talented and then find a way to get bounced. You know, like
And they got bouncing every fashion.
it must be the jerseys. It could be. Although I do like the jerseys for the record.
First time, I gotta say this, so it was my fraternity's founders day, and I was at the bar watching Oregon get BTA by Indiana. The first play was a pick 6, or like a pick 6 or a scooping score.
No, it was pick 6.
It was a big
No, pick 6.
way. I was like, no way they're losing like this. It was all the time.
Yo.
Indiana.
So can we just admit that Indiana has been really good for a minute now?
Well, it's been very good, but you
I
got
ain't saying they
the last 2 years.
but
The last 2 years they've been amazing.
Indiana has put together a program that everybody wanted to.
They actually just signed their first signing of a wide receiver, who was actually a top 20 wide receiver. I think he was a number 2 wide receiver in the class. He was the highest ever signee that they've ever had ever. So and he was actually from Indiana, interestingly enough. So he stayed in town, but he didn't go to Notre Dame or somewhere else, right?
Which I think is crazy because I mean, if it's me, I might go to Notre Dame. I ain't gonna lie.
So Notre Dame's fantastic. But I like Marcus Freeman, but again, Notre Dame is in that same category as Oregon. I don't trust them. They're in the show me state. I don't trust them. I think that the SEC is overrated. And I think the SEC is overrated in most seasons, to be honest with you.
Really?
Most seasons, not every season, but I think that they get an SEC bias where they get boosted up higher than they actually should be. Georgia number 2, I don't think that they're the number 2 best team in the country. Right? I would actually go up 3rd. Okay, so 2 is Oregon. I don't think Oregon's the second best team, right? So I would say Ohio State, number 1 by far. Honestly, USC should probably be in the top 10, realistically. They're not, but I think they should be in the top 10. Ole Miss to me, if we're going through it, I would probably go Ohio State, Ole Miss. Miami would be number 5 or 6 on my list. I think number 7 is 5, 6, 7. Okay. Number 3, I'm okay with it being Georgia, but I don't trust Georgia this season. They don't have enough star power around them to be amazing. Like, I'm looking at their recruiting
I was
class.
just about to ask you who's in Jordan, but I feel like that's the one recruit class I've not heard much.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Their recruiting class has been subpar this year. Mind you, they brought back most of their roster, so they didn't really need to do a lot from a recruiting perspective, right?
Fair enough.
But the people that they brought back, there's not like that wow factor at quarterback, right?
Right.
So at Ohio State, you have the wow factor at quarterback, and then there's other schools that come to mind. For example,
Why is Texas not being mentioned?
I was just saying, that's number 4.
Texas should be number 3. They shouldn't be number 4. It should be Ohio State. It should be what I said, Ole Miss.
Oh man.
It should be Texas. Then we should be putting Oregon. Then we should be talking about Georgia, right? That's 5 right there for me. I can keep going on and on, but to be honest with you, that's a realistic list, especially based upon the talent coming back.
I think with this year being Archie Manny's proven year, I honestly want to put him higher. Because if you're going to be chasing the Manny name, this year is the year to do it. Now, keep in mind, they did make, if I'm correct, they did make the playoffs, but they didn't bounce. So he has to make it count. Like, this playoff has to count. Like, you have to make either the championship or win.
Well, you gotta also understand, Peyton Manning didn't win the title either.
Peyton Manning didn't win the title, but Peyton Manning also was at least one of the high. He was in a bowl though. He was in a bowl though. Yeah. They won multiple bowls. They
Archie did the equivalent of being in the bowl, but being in the playoffs.
But in the standard though, Peyton Manning has probably had the greatest Manning career. Even more so than my guy Eli. I'm not saying a lot of outside QB. That's a Peyton Manning is the bar. It's art. It's dad.
No, Peyton's
Peyton's above.
I'm gonna pick Arch Eli.
I'm going that.
Yeah, Arch. Arch was a standard setter, right? And he was like he was one of the first running quarterbacks in the league where everybody was stationed there.
Right.
But Peyton Manning was cerebral. Yeah, Peyton Manning was literally one person away from being Michael Jordan. Like what I mean by that is that he was a Tom Brady away from being a Michael Jordan of football. Like without Tom Brady, Peyton Manning would have won about 6 or 7 titles, 8 titles, 9 titles. Like he would have, because he was beating Drew Brees. Like Drew Brees is fantastic. He was beating the Phillip Rivers of the world, right? He was beating the Eli's of the world. He was beating the Big Bens of the world, right? He was beating everybody, and then it came to Mount Tom Brady. It was like, incredible. And the Steelers would have had 9 rings if it wasn't for Tom Brady. Like we made it to the AFC title game 4 years. The BTA getting just smacked, and I was like, this guy's disrespectful with it. Because like the fourth quarter, he was just not miss a single pass.
But before we get too far NFL tangent,
We can. Go ahead.
Colin, think of this. I got mine too. I was about to say, let me make mine first.
SMU should be top 10.
I think you were good with Ohio State being 1. I think that is the most complete team in college. I still want to hear that take over bus days. I was at SMU and maybe last year to be a 4. I was like, cool.
They have a carrier this year.
But yeah, Ohio State number 1 because that is the most complete team in football, college football. Number 2, Texas. I do believe. I got a little more faith than Arch.
You believe in Arch?
I got to. I believe it. Like he showed the progression. Like I gotta. Like you gave me what I wanted last year because I said make it to the playoffs, and he made it to the playoffs. So now you have to actually show you belong. So number 2, Texas. Give me number 3. That's a shocker. Number 3, Miami. Because I'm sorry, their defense was there. Like
Who's their quarterback?
it ain't Carson Beck. You know that. It ain't so.
It's Darian Mensa from Duke. Is their quarterback.
He might be all right. Let's see.
It's going to be interesting.
Defense win championships all the time.
But they've lost a lot defensively.
You all right?
They lost Messidor. They lost somebody that was a first rounder.
Yeah.
They lost a safety. They lost a lot. Their offense is actually going to be better than their defense, I think.
We'll see. But yeah, Miami 3, give me Georgia 4, and I'll take your Ole Miss at 5. I'll take Ole Miss at 5.
I think LSU is.
I think Notre Dame
this year.
Notre Dame being outside the top 5. It's not a disrespect. I think Notre Dame being outside the top 5 is valid.
Who is their quarterback this year?
I feel like that's the only reason why I feel like Notre Dame would have to be 6 or 7. Yeah, but you can't put the. But yeah, I don't know about 7.
They do. Like number 9. No, they're not high conference.
They're still because they were talks of them trying to go to a conference this year. It was, but I would drop them further if they were
would have made a lot of sense.
It would make moves if they actually were.
There's your stats, but I felt like they felt like the money wasn't there. Oh, George, if we gonna be real, let's be real. Who in the ACC is actually making money besides Miami? Clemson. Clemson's making money on the game though.
That's
It's
true.
not because they're actually.
They haven't been good in a long
And I was
time.
about to say, and I'm saying that as a Tigers fan.
I hope that they bounce back this year. I'd like to see them finish in the top
And that's
15.
what they say.
Five,
I
top
don't
five.
know.
Just to let you know,
Alabama's 11.
They shouldn't be that high. I think they're overrated. And okay, again, I'm always biased against Alabama. But at the same time, I do think we look at the rosters and look at what they've done. Oh, Florida State, 11 is too high. Florida State, they should be Florida State. Florida State is not that.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, they're making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making money.
Florida State.
It's not good.
Okay. But no specific order though. I'll just
No, you guys go in order. Stop going in order.
okay. Well, Ohio State's still at number one because they got their pedigree. They still got the best all around team. That's number two. Surprisingly enough, don't kill me, Alabama fans. I know they're out here, Georgia. Their defense is, I think, still going to be stout. Their offense maybe still quite good. Their defense will carry it. Will they make it to the Final Four? I don't think so, but they're number two for right now. Texas is there. As long as Archman is there, Texas is going to be in the top five. They're number three. This is that season. I mean, it's either put up or shut up. He's not going to get drafted yet, but he'll be there.
You don't think so?
No, not yet. I think he got 2 more seasons.
Wait. You don't think he's coming out after this year? No, that's a hot take.
That is
I don't think so. I think he needs another 2 years.
March is not coming out.
doesn't get drafted after this is third, and he's coming out.
He has to come out this year.
I think he needs another year because I think the last year he was injured for a couple of games, so his rhythm isn't there. Like he'll find a way to make an impact, but I think he needs a bit more time there.
I have a question. Are you saying he should go back to school because he's not going to be a first round pick? Or are you saying he should go back to school because he's not good enough? Like, tell me more about why you should go back.
I think it's a mixture of
this season.
I think it's a mixture of both. To kind of stay in that Manning pedigree, he needs to be the best quarterback out in the draft. And like I was told by you guys and other people that this draft coming up is going to be one of them ones.
It's deep.
But it's going to be one of them ones. So I think it would behoove Arch Manning to not reclassify, but just feel it out.
You know,
And then
what's interesting? I feel like that's where I disagree with. And I'm saying this as somebody who actually really can't stand Texas. I've never really cared for Texas's program, but I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I genuinely think that this is the year that
If they're the winner, this is the year.
he's heard the noise. He is the type of player who gets online and he sees what people say. And he's heard the noise and he's definitely in his bag. Mind you, spent more time with Uncle Peyton than anybody else this offseason. I think he's about to get out there and really shut a bunch of y'all up, man. He's tired.
This is what I'll say.
That happened.
If Anthony Richardson can go number 4, oh no, Arch Manning is going in the first round.
Sorry, that's not
Like, wait. Christian Johnson can go number 11.
absolutely.
He can go number.
I have 2 more.
Go ahead.
Didn't finish the week on
And just to kind of go up what he was saying, I know college performance does not always equate to NFL prowess. We've seen that so many times. Tim Tebow, hello.
Tebow goes in playoffs. I can't really talk to him.
But number 4, I said Ohio State, I said Georgia, I said Texas. I think Miami is going to be, well, no, not Miami. Freaking Ole Miss, based off of what y'all was talking about with Trinidad Chambers. I did watch a couple of games of them last year, and he was the playmaker. He was the dynamo in that offense. They carried them. They didn't do enough to, I believe, get to where they needed to championship-wise, but they'll still be there. And number 5 is Miami, because I believe they want their get back from this last year. Even though they didn't win the championship, I think with Malachi Tony being the playmaker that he is, he wants his moment in the sun.
Like my-
Even though he's in Miami, he's going to get that moment multiple times.
I agree with that.
So I'm gonna go backwards to forwards. My 5 is going to be, it's gonna be Ole Miss only because I do think they're a better team, but I'm never gonna deny the fact that Trinidad James
He was
a
balling.
all
He was like, if he played in the playoffs,
and
that boy should be a blind.
this could definitely be a Heisman year for him. I think my number 4, it could be a Heisman year for Texas as well. Cause I'm gonna tell you, man, for all the naysayers that the Manning boy, because I feel like he has to earn the right for me to call him by his name. Because the other man, oh, you know, like for the young man that carries the name Manning, you got a hell of a legacy to live up to. I just hope that all that training we've been watching you do online this summer, $3 and what's his fault?
Oh, easy.
Easy.
But I thought very next week, shit.
But I feel like for all the work and things that we've seen you do, this is the time to show and prove. My number 3, I just don't really care for Georgia, but I gotta give credit where credit is due there as well. Those guys know how to, number 1, create stars, but number 2, there's not a lot of teams who understand the X's and O's like Georgia does. They are well-oiled machine.
Very smart to the coach. Can't you smart the best?
Got it, gee, man. You know what I mean? Number 2, and my honorable mention just at 6, even though we got 5, it's still gonna be Notre Dame. I'm a crazy fan of what Notre Dame does on defense. And I think their coach is to be commended for.
I like Freeman.
that they come with, bro.
I think they're choke artists. They remind me too much of Oregon, and therefore can't rock with them. Interesting. I think there's gonna be a team like a BYU or SMU, as I mentioned, that's gonna surprise people
I
about.
will say SMU is somebody to look for, not in front.
Or what's the other one? There's one more thing. SMU. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Number 2. I'm not gonna lie, number 1 is Ohio State. We've all said it.
Well, shit.
We've all said
They
it.
got Jeremiah Smith.
I was just about to
He's the
say.
best player on the best team.
What did you do?
For the second year in a row. And now you're seasoned? Like, gentlemen, this year.
Maybe I'll throw in. No, I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna bump up Texas to 2, put Oregon at 3. Because I'm just not a believer in Oregon.
Exactly, right?
I just,
We feel like Texas at 2 is a fair spot to place them at.
and I really think Arch Manning is prepared.
You said you had to earn this name.
Well, yeah, he still is. I'm being nice. I give him that one moment. I do think he's really like he's good. There are not many guys in college who are willing to walk you through the process. And anybody who's ever played college football at an extensive amount of time can tell you that the process is already done hard on us in college. The difficulty goes to a greater level from
That name.
that name alone, and then knowing that this is the year. But make no mistake about it, sir. Mr. Manning,
He's already projected to be the number 1 pick in the 2027 draft.
and you don't have to earn every.
I don't think this okay.
You have to earn every single bit of that, man.
I don't know if he has to. If Cam Ward be the number 1 pick, and not no disrespect to Cam Ward, he played ball out that season. He actually deserved the number 1 pick that year. But if he could be the number 1 pick as a Cam Ward, that everybody's never heard of, Arch Manning, off the name alone, is probably gonna be the top 10. Like just off the name alone, is gonna be top 10. If he plays, let's imagine if he plays as good as Joey Aguilar, right?
Correct.
Number 1 pick. If he has the same season as Brendan Swarsby did last year before all the gambling, he'll be the number 1 pick.
Hey, I wouldn't be that guy who throws a monkey wrench and stuff. What team is gonna draft Arch Manning?
Team is going to be trashing up the Dolphins. I got Cardinals.
You think so?
I got Cardinals.
Who do the Dolphins have there?
Nobody.
That's why I think so.
I think I'm illegal.
It's currently
I
questionable.
don't believe in Malik Willis, unfortunately, at all.
MJH is
You guys think your boy Justin Fields, you should draft him in the first round.
Didn't go by time out. No,
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Charlotte versus Miami.
Like people know which Patrick Mahomes is apparently going to start week 1, so I want to see Justin Fields ever again. No.
Let's compare it side by side. Quarterback. You have Malik Willis. You have Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
Who do you think?
Jacoby
Brissett.
But he actually had a good season last year.
He had a season.
He had a darn
So I think I go with Jacoby Brissett.
Who would be that? Jacoby Brissett, right?
Yeah.
Now, running back. You got James Conner.
Okay.
or just
Devon A. Chain.
Devon Chain.
Devon A. Chain. That's a very important concept.
But let me say, that is my fantasy football bias. I have drafted that movie twice.
That's not just.
You have never done me wrong.
Don't worry. I've seen the eye tape. Like the eye tape. The eye tape says A. Chain was better.
So here's the thing though. We go and look at the rosters. The only weapon that the Dolphins have, the only weapon that they have
Oh gosh.
is Devon A. They traded Jalen Waddle. Henry Kill, they never walk again.
He's not signed to this.
I'm just saying that as
Let's start to kill that now.
a
Free agent. He's not coming.
because he can't walk. He beat too many women, and the Lord was like, "You're gonna sleep."
Yeah, no more.
We're done.
That'll be it.
I know, but I'm on my fantasy team. I got to drop him. I'm very sad because it's the idea of making me sad.
What's actually happening, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's trying to gain strength back in his left leg. So
Right. He about to slip on the sunflower seed. He's about to get over. Y'all remember that commercial? Guys slip on the sunflower seed. Anyway, my point is that who else do the Dolphins have on their team?
I just feel like
You
maybe
feel
like
like
another person, everything that you can get, like respectfully wise, for Arch Manning to go to Miami, it would not help them out whatsoever. They're still going to be trapped.
Tell out. He's number 1 pick, right?
Yeah,
So isn't he going to the worst team in the league?
he was
Also, the question is not, did he get to pick his choice like his daddy did? Or his
Miami has a chance to win at least a game out their division because they have to play the Jets. That's true. Who from the Cardinals do you think they're gonna be?
not in their division.
They going outside their division. They're going 0-6 in their own division. So they already
look at the schedule. I was just about to say, we got a whole schedule.
Don't worry.
The only team I know is about to be trash this year is my Steelers. Other than that, I haven't tried to not
Yes. So wait, you said just schedule?
I'm still not understanding why he's so Cardinals in Miami. That the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be any type of trash.
Trash.
How?
No,
Absolute
How, swear.
no, they are.
garbage.
So here's Miami's
How about, because we are pulling the Dolphins. We are tanking for a quarterback. So we are going to be
Steelers somehow landed, which we know it won't be a possibility. If the Steelers land Archman,
Oh, let's go with that. It's over. Let's go with that. If we let Arch Man, I will save my beer for a month, 2 months, 6 months.
There
Dude,
you go.
I should never have been again giving you an Arch Man. No, what the what did you say? I don't get him saying.
What is with the Steelers?
It was never.
To get y'all would not lose that many games.
I know. But I got to smooth it all.
I keep on telling this guy he's not going to lose 11 games this year.
11 and a half. This is.
we gotta go to the
Parlay is
No,
good.
no, real quick. Miami, you got at the Raiders.
With the Raiders.
That great not gonna be in the
They will be
The
the
Raiders will be.
They will be.
Wait, not you so hope they beat the Raiders.
It's just my answer. They will.
No.
It's Miami or the Cardinals.
Miami.
Oh, I thought you said Miami was the Raiders. No, it's just week 1, and you got Kirk Cousins starting.
Yeah, I already said.
Raiders will be in.
I already said Miami's
You
going
got
to
the
be.
Niners.
Do y'all want to say that
You know,
that's all that's right?
You already got that.
All right, but
We already got that.
The Dolphins will
The first, yes, they will.
At Vikings.
They'll beat the Vikings.
Versus Bengals.
Miami's gonna beat the Vikings.
They always,
No,
the Vikings like to always.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they do like no, for no reason.
And keep in mind, it's Kyler Murray or JJ McCarthy.
If JJ McCarthy plays, the Miami Dolphins are winning the game. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Kyler likes the type who get hurt in the preseason, so you gotta be careful.
So
I don't trust JJ McCarthy.
Versus the Bengals?
Yeah.
This season, the Bengals actually have a defense, so I'm gonna actually let the Bengals winning.
at Jets
They're gonna beat the Jets.
versus Patriots
They're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose to the Patriots. Barely, though. I think it's close to the offset.
versus Lions
They'll lose to the Lions.
at Colts. They lose to the Colts. Come on, stop.
Don't get me wrong, the Colts are a better team. But what happens is that
I agree with you said
the
with the
Colts are a better team, but they like to play down the competition.
Yeah.
And you don't know that Daniel Jones is gonna be healthy at that point.
That is true.
And if Anthony Richardson is starting, the Dolphins are winning the game.
Joe Finn.
If he can go number 4 overall, if Kyle Pitts can go number 5 overall, Arch Manning can go number 1. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
All I'm saying is, okay, the rest of it is at Colts.
Okay.
I mean, at Bills
They're gonna lose to the Bills.
versus Jets
They're gonna split the Jets. I get that.
at Broncos
They're gonna lose to the Broncos.
versus Bears
They're gonna lose to the Bears.
at Packers
they're gonna win. They're gonna win this thing.
No, they
versus Packers always choke a game away.
They do choke a man.
They do choke a man the game away.
The Packers.
Way back team.
Losing.
They lost to the Browns last year, dog. They lost to the Browns last year.
They did lose to the Browns.
They lost. Stop.
If you lose to the Browns,
Browns have last year.
Nobody but Browns here.
So wait, before we say anything, I know, Lady Swift 824 might be summoned because we talked about the Packers. I did not say this. I just want to make that clear.
yeah, you know what? I'll take the blame. I think the Dolphins beat the Packers this season.
Bro, that's gotta stop it.
Versus Chargers
Look at lose to the Chargers.
versus Bills
So
They
wait,
lose to the Bills.
wait,
at
wait.
Patriots.
I just want to make sure I'm
Okay, so I got to win in 4 games.
So y'all feel like
I feel like the Packers like to do what the Steelers like to do.
They
To play down the competition or overestimate their hand.
Yeah.
but these
Especially
Chargers see that too.
All the time.
But they do it more in the playoff stuff.
Yeah. We expect the Chargers to be good.
Like, when you
Remember they went 14 and people got bounced in the first round?
I just want to have the San Diego Chargers. I defended y'all because y'all have been figuring it out sometimes.
Not in the playoffs.
But then you get to like week 17. Once week 17 started, then they start choking games away.
Well, week 15. Yeah.
What random sound is? I'm trying to figure that out. What random sound was a child? I'm about to be like, all right. So here's the Cardinals schedule at the Chargers
They're gonna lose to the Chargers.
versus Seahawks
They're gonna lose in Seattle.
versus the Niners. Oh, you know what?
They're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Ironically, I was gonna say
It's early in the season. Well, wait a second. It's early in the season.
At the Niners.
Also, the 49ers,
It's early in the season.
But
The Niners got people that help
I'm going to tell you why.
Wrong.
The 49ers need to go to the Pokemon Center because everybody's being injured.
It's okay. Go back.
Yeah, but
Everybody's injured now.
Ricky Pierce
Hello.
for the season. For the season.
Where's it?
Ooh. Man, I'm hurt. He's one of my draft guys.
Yeah, you should not.
He made my fantasy team much better.
Yes, not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
The past.
All right. So
They gotta get his HP up.
what? You know what? That's twice. That's twice. We got to on that.
He said this man player card is all the way down. This is a child.
Yo, man.
So at Giants.
Who?
They're gonna beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Cardinals gonna beat the Giants.
No, no, no.
I know that.
Have you seen the Giants?
Where are they playing?
At Giants.
Yes.
That's why
Have you seen the Giants?
I got the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals.
Bro,
Cardinals are
I got the Cardinals. They're playing in midlight. I got the Cardinals.
You're taking full count Giants.
they're
Like,
not really that Giants.
only because they're playing in midlight. Otherwise, I'll have the Giants.
bro, that doesn't even make sense. They're already in the process.
I'm signed with Marvel.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
I'm
I'm going with the Cardinals.
They're changing the grass. I repeat, they are changing the grass.
They have to. I'm going with Cardinals. Because I believe more in Jacoby Brissett than I do in Jackson Dart. And I also think by week 4, Cam Scottable's going to already be injured.
I think
Unfortunately, because I like Cam Scottabile.
I think Carson Beck will start sometime.
Bro.
I'm concerned about Malik Neighbors' health. And I also looked at your roster, and I don't know who else you have.
Have you watched Malik Neighbors running these routes? He's
Malik
not
Neighbors is fantastic.
to get healthy though. I still don't have him losing against the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are better than the Chiefs.
I don't have him.
Michael Wilson actually well out last year.
No, the
Marvin Harrison's still there.
Bro,
Jacoby Brissett.
I'm gonna keep it a being with
They
you.
got the running back Jeremiah Love. They have it.
There are some teams that I believe will beat us, and it is not the Cardinals.
Wait,
But all right, come on. Go ahead.
so still versus the Lions
Loss.
at the Rams
Loss.
versus Broncos.
Loss.
They try with Broncos.
But it could actually be
But it could
closer.
go either way.
Only because like the Broncos like to do that stuff too. Where they'll be like, oh, I don't want to get undefeated.
But I also felt like too that's a lot of coaching issue.
And maybe at Cowboys, that's a
I
win.
think they're gonna beat the
That's
Cowboys.
a win.
Cowboys.
Because Jerry Jones.
For whatever reason, they've always had Dallas's number, which is always kind of like strange.
And I appreciate it.
When this became a rivalry.
And it's no win. It's no
Oh
win.
yeah. November.
Oh, yeah. You know the Cowboys stuff is that September.
You know it.
So they're like great from August till September 30th.
Nah,
And then the Harvest Moon comes out. Next thing you know, they turn into a pumpkin.
Yo, you never thought about it. Going what?
The Harvest Moon with the orange in the sky. Well, this man said the
The Harvest Moon?
right in October.
Yo, somebody in the comments explain the Harvest Moon to me, okay? Because I have no idea. What is this?
There's no you. I know very well.
What is the Harvest Moon?
You see the orange on Seattle.
Loss.
Versus Rams.
They could actually beat the Seattle Southern
They're
Diamond.
not beating Seattle at
Only because if they're at home, okay, never mind.
We're not beating Real Estate. Stop it.
That's not a lot.
Seahawks, we
They lost 4 games, maybe.
I'm gonna say lost a lot. They lost a lot of talent in the offseason.
Okay.
no.
Still, versus Rams.
Oh, sweet.
At the Chiefs.
Sweet.
Versus Commanders.
They're gonna beat the
Nah,
Commanders.
they'll beat this.
But there. Then I got you on
The
that.
question will be,
Like I say,
who in the Commanders will show up?
That is true.
The Commanders can mess around and win that game.
I mean, they could, you know.
All right. The rest is versus Eagles.
Loss.
That's a loss. Versus Jets.
They're gonna beat the Jets.
They're gonna beat the Jets. At the Saints.
They're gonna beat
They're
the Saints.
they're losing to the Saints.
I'm not that confident in that.
They're Saints might be fighting for a playoff spot at this point.
They could, only because the division is trash. But
Not really. Yeah.
yes, really,
It's between them.
NFC South?
it's trash right now.
It's them and the. No, it's not.
I thought NFC South
They're
probably
not
has some talent.
some competition. It's
Didn't the Falcons finally get
Saints?
injured?
The
no.
Falcons suck, and they got injured again. Their started first round pick just got injured again.
Oh, damn.
Falcons suck. The Bucks suck.
What happened to
The
the
Saints suck. The Panthers are okay.
Saints?
Their division's trash.
He's gonna relax on the Bucks here. Versus Raiders.
Versus the Raiders.
They'll probably be
They can beat the Raiders.
So that then
versus-
the
4-4.
Cardinals have a better record. From what we discussed, the Cardinals have more winners than
The Dolphins.
the Dolphins. So it means that the Dolphins picking Arch Manning makes a lot of sense.
All right. Well,
But here's the problem. If they pick Arch Manning, then what's the next choice?
exactly.
They don't have other choices. If they have Arch Manning, and then that's the choice. What are you talking about?
No second round?
No, they're pulling everything for you. They go all of it. Just go Arch Manning. We trade the rest of the draft the next 3 years.
What?
And then
And just figure it out.
figure it out. Make sure. Yeah.
Miami gives it all up.
No, I think they're just gonna be part
The draw.
They're not gonna trade any picks. They're just gonna be that bad and they're the first pick.
Well, while I'm here, we're just gonna segue into the next topic. I'm not even getting the picture of it. Just to kind of get, because we're already here talking NFL, so we're just going to ease into it. So, of course, certain things as far as the NFL free agency. Bijan Robinson got 3-year extension worth up to $75 million. 51 of it guaranteed. B7 running back market. Zay Flowers had a 4-year extension for $140 million. Matthew Bergeson from the Falcons got a 4-year, $96 million.
The left tackle from the Bears just got record money just now.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that must have been within the last few.
And shout out to the Bears. The Bears are really truly building something. And I never would have thought in my history that I'd be giving a shout out to the Chicago Bears. But here we are. Chicago Bears defense is not a joke, man.
Yeah, they signed him, but I don't see it.
That bear down.
Oh, there it goes. 160 million, 93 guaranteed, highest paid right tackle in NFL history.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian.
Money.
Hey, listen, he's almost getting the money. Somebody who strongly played the right tackle. When I tell you, that's a dream. Like, niggas do not care about nobody's mind.
He's gonna be up to like
Not for real, bro. Not until
he's still up to $4.
You gotta at least buy the next beer for like the next 2 weeks.
luckily I already have the video. And I'm so serious, bro. Like, I never thought people would really be having a conversation about like, oh my, like we talked about this stuff, but that's it's such a recent thing. Like, it matters only in the purpose, because anything before that,
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
hey,
You gotta understand, in college, the pool is exponentially larger. Like, literally, you're talking about the difference between a 18, 19-year-old right tackle versus a 21, 22-year-old right tackle. That difference is huge.
But when I tell you, bro, like them guys like us getting that type of money, man.
Because teams are finally figuring out
It's a
that
new game.
without those trenches, you're not going anywhere.
Man,
Your running game's not going nowhere. Your pass game's not going anywhere.
that's why to all them young men that's in the trenches right now, bro, get nice. Get consistent. Practice being grateful.
Take ballet.
Hey, that actually might be an
Take
understatement.
ballet.
No, seriously.
That's what I'm saying.
Your footwork will be,
Yeah.
your if you play running back.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a run
That's
ball.
what I'm saying. You can't.
Work on building your core muscles, dog. I'm telling you.
And get
Bro.
taller.
And if you don't get taller, it's like a short guy said, do your best to build some muscle and be substantial, man. You want to be a marathon runner, bro. It matters.
Look at Joe Thomas, right? So Joe Thomas is a first ballot Hall of Famer, right? One of the worst teams that ever played. He went 0-16 twice. And he's still playing his Pro Bowl A. So, and if you go look at Joe Thomas's frame, he's actually muscular and not big and bulky. Yeah, man. Yeah. So there's a lot of them that are like it's almost like they're or weightlifters or
I mean, they don't skip it. They don't skip. You don't skip gym day. They do not skip gym day.
God, what? Yeah, this.
So here's the thing. So you also have 2 running backs that still haven't been signed yet. Ooh, Jameer Gibbs.
Oh, that's not.
And Jonathan Taylor Thomas. They're respected. They're respected.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah. For pull-ups? Hey, a little improvement? What's Jonathan Taylor?
JTT is back.
I started. Whoa. I said, fucking fan. What's going on? I was just saying,
Hey, man,
it's not JTT.
yo, must be not working.
I'm on the side to the right, break the ankles. Let me see.
I think Jameer Gibbs is going to beat Bajan's contract, even though he shouldn't, because I think Bajan's a better bat. But that's a controversial take. I like Gibbs, but I like Bajan more.
Yo, so I'm gonna tell you, I think the running style is the big differentiator. Like, Jameer Gibbs is a guy that, like, okay, I don't see it, cool. Let me hit the right, left, and then let me create the lane and then destroy it from there, because we won't stop me. It's the moment he get that first 3 steps, like literally those first 3 steps, if he's clear, he's gone. It's sick.
Yeah.
That was solitary time. However, I will say Bajan, and I love that style of run. He's one of those guys that's like, I feel like he looked at it like march on, and he's like, I'm gonna take him with me, and I'm gonna go where I see.
But he's also crazy shifty. But and they're both fantastic receivers.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, the
Guys,
thing we tell he got right now is going to give him an extra mileage.
Stop. The quarter.
Yes.
Right.
Just,
I mean, are we just going to not talk about it though?
no, leave it alone. Nobody was gonna. He's gonna
Extra acceleration when he does so.
He's like, he's not moved now. Just, so
Numbers will evolve again.
Someone passed me over
He got the one little wine dread with the Stevie Wonder dread.
We willing to let Jimmy Butler, and I love him, but that's not that. Jimmy Butler, arguably had with crazy hater in sports.
And now he wants to have a faith.
And then, but
Now he wants to act normal.
but John can't have.
No. But John is actually marketable.
he started acting normal. The numbers was crap.
But it's so crazy. This is the second Falcons player Mike is backed up or advocated for. First it was Drake London, now it's become
I'm a big Drake London.
a big Drake London guy.
Drake London.
Absolutely. Let me tell y'all now, like I might draft Drake London first.
In the first round.
Kendrick man, first. He's going to draft.
First round is a little
Second round.
He's going to draft Drake first. You heard it. First Kendrick fans.
Well, I'm not being first of all. I don't know why you do that. You fall
I'm
off.
just
Jake.
I'm just trolling.
And I'll say it on film. Jay Pearl for president. He was the winner of the
I was just trolling. Overall, okay?
Drake London is one of the best things happening.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Which is
why
I got to it.
But
That's that whole now.
hold on, because AJ Brown has the injury or the nick that he has now, Drake London just might be better than him this year. And I hate that I have to say that. I'm not sure how it's gonna be fantasy wise, but
I don't think I can say that. I don't think I can say
In the
that.
words of my brother Mike, I'm going to Missouri on that one. He's going to have to show me.
Yeah, I was about to say he fully Drake.
Jake London's been doing his thing though.
He has no disrespect.
Actually, last year, his numbers were better.
They're doubling AJ Brown though. They're doubling AJ Brown.
also,
Keep in mind, they're doubling.
On the Patriots, they
Also, ladies, gentlemen, and whoever's watching, do not be surprised if Stephon Diggs is in Kelly Green this year. Do not be surprised.
Again, I don't see
Even look at that.
So I will tell you why.
Well,
Because you need a solid receiver 2 or 3. The Eagles have a bunch of different receivers. They got let's see, Devontae Smith, Dontavius Wicks, Donwood, Malachi Lemon, Hollywood Brown, Johnny Wilson.
run the ball.
I know, but the thing is, you know what happened when they were run dominant before last year, and they didn't have a diverse offense. I want to tell you, listen, I'm going to tell you as a person that watched both offensive styles.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eagles fans making controversial.
Listen.
Sorry, Jordan.
The thing is, you know how they always talk about when you have 3 quarterbacks, you have none. When you have 7,000 receivers, you have none. Because although they can be serviceable, they're not dominant. They're not gonna break their man. Wow, sounds crazy. They're not going to beat their coverage. So you need somebody, John, that you need somebody that's going to be that 2 or 3 guy that can still do it. And Stephon Diggs had 1,000-yard receiving year. Drama or no drama, he still is serviceable enough to do that. Plus, he may not be from the crib, but he's at crib adjacent, and he can still do good.
He's crib adjacent to.
Yes.
No.
Because it's DMV. DMV and affiliate are 95 trips short.
I'll let you handle the same. As he was.
But I want to know why Stephon Diggs would not be good.
Here's why. Because he was right for number one. You do not worry about passing the football out. Your first thing, number one, is run that rock. The reason why I didn't want it last year was because our offensive line was injured. Lane Johnson missed games. Ken Gervin still was injured. No, that's too far out.
Yeah, you used to have to jump out the window.
Jordan, that's what I was thinking of. Milano was injured, and the whole offensive line was injured. Jalen Carter was missing time, and he had a shoulder injury like the whole entire season. Like we are not looking at the same game. I'm not looking at this game from the trenches. All of 2024, I looked at them trenches and I said, "You not beating us." No matter who it was, I was like, "Y'all not beating us."
Yeah, y'all was pushing y'all way to the championship.
It was without that. I mean, we had the opportunity.
2024?
In 2024, we had those.
No, y'all was pushing y'all way to the championship.
We did. However, we didn't beat the Rams due to the touch push. And playoffs, did we beat them with that? No, we did not. We beat their tails. All right. And we beat them 3 times. I mean, we beat them twice. We beat Washington twice.
That was like
Washington, we just pushed it. No, Washington. So I went. That's what I'm saying. Because I ain't watching. I'm not doing
Double ass in the hand, she
get kicked out.
she could roll me.
Get over there. Get over there.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
Watch. I know. You're crazy.
I was gonna fire. You sorry, that was a time.
I was about to die like y'all right.
This is time. Now, back to the story again. Because what you do is you have to run the football. Also, I have been tracking the training camp and you not noticed that Dontavius Wicks has been making spectacular.
I'm a fan of Dontavius Wicks.
Dontavius Wicks has been making spectacular catches over the middle. And he's like a damn kill. He's throwing that ball over the middle. Like he's matched up with Quinyon Mitchell, not Cooper DeJean, not Zach Barr, not the other boy we just got, John Campbell. Not any of those. Our number one point. Dontavius Wicks is paired up with Quinyon Mitchell, and he is making spectacular catches. Now there's to know that Mitchell did almost pick one off. But the fact is, he's being paired up with Quinyon Mitchell, and he's doing extraordinary things. So therefore, we do not need a step on this. Now, if we're saying if we were saying we were getting Debo, I could go with that. Because at this point, you run Debo in the slot, you just run him. You run him on some short 5.
Let's be honest, that's probably what the 49ers are going to do.
That's what they're probably going to do. So again, I am fine. Like I was fine with a Debo Samuels type quarterback. Like right now in our free agency, there's not a whole long list of receivers with strong hands that honestly could take over and be that true number 2 wide receiver. So that's why the overall goal needs to go back to run the football first. Your offensive line is telling you, run the football first. You have a double read option with Saquon and Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry. We need to go back to what worked. Stop all this noise about Jalen Hurts ain't throwing 4,000 yards. I don't care. Your brother got a ring. Your favorite quarterback does not have a ring.
I'm gonna tell you like
how many seasons Josh Allen has 4,000 yards and still has no rings? How many seasons did Lamar Jackson? How many seasons did Lamar Jackson have 4,000 yards and no rings?
He's also not my favorite.
How many times did Joe Burrow had 4,000 yards, no rings?
But for Joe Burrow shouldn't be anybody's favorite quarterback, but anyway.
To be fair, he can be because to be fair, the Bengals never invested in you.
He's gonna be my favorite quarterback in fantasy this year.
Like he actually to be fair this year. To be fair,
It's like you
like
you're saying this from having drafted Joe Burrow.
you not so true.
And I thought I'd be all right, and I drafted him next to last. Wrong. Incorrect. Joe Burrow, one of the biggest letdowns in fantasy football.
In fantasy football, but in real football, he's actually decent because again, keep in mind, out of all the other quarterbacks that I mentioned, he's one of the very few in the AFC that truly made a Super Bowl.
Sure, I agree.
So again, we gotta calm down on
the league.
No, we've already said that he's not elite. We already took them out. We already took him out of the league. We already took him. We should say Joe Burrow. We already took him.
I know that we should talk about that. There was a new list that came out today.
We're not doing that, but we did that last weekend, and I promised that I wasn't good. I wasn't very good. But we're gonna move on because I got one or two. I forgot there was two new ones that I was going on. I got one new segment
That's
for the
correct.
fellas. It is called Buy or Sell. The fellas are going to a grocery store right now. Right now, they're going to be presented with some items. And whether they're not, and each brother will get 20 to 30 seconds, and you must answer whether this statement you're going to buy or you're going to sell it. Very simple. No maybes.
All right, but so we gotta say why.
You got 20 to 30 seconds, so you can figure that out from there.
Okay.
All right, so number one, Ohio State will win the national championship this season.
I'm gonna buy that. I think that they're the best team, they're the most talented, they have the best player, and Jeremiah Smith. They also have Julian Sayin. Their defense is stout and they have a great coach.
Mark?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to buy it. I'm not a smart man to go against things that I know that work. Ohio State's defense works and it works efficiently. It's what it is.
I have to buy is it'll be Ryan's day to coach them to win a title because he was a quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Next,
See what I did there?
number two, Bijan Robinson will finish as the NFL Offensive Player of the Year after signing his record-breaking extension.
I'm gonna sell that. I don't think his team is gonna be good enough to be in contention where he'll have to run the ball. I think they're gonna have to pass because they're gonna be behind too many games. I think Offensive Player of the Year is probably gonna go to a wide receiver this season over going to a running back. That's what I think there.
So repeat the premise again.
Bijan Robinson will win the NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, the trailer driver. So
I mean, he might get some yardage because of his hair, but I think I'm still sell. I'm gonna still sell because there are other players that will, I think, do better. Personally, I think Emeka Egbuka might have a say at Offensive Player of the Year. If Baker Mayfield is really trying to get that dough,
you think
he's gonna.
but that's an interesting one.
That's an
The
interesting.
second year receiver, yeah, I think it's going to be one of those.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah,
I'm not convinced of that, but my answer is sell because of Jameer Gibbs. One. Two, I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand anything happening in Philadelphia right now. I feel like Mr. Barkley has quite a bit to say about it. You all talking about. I don't think he's gonna get that conversation.
I got Brock
saying on the conversation.
Player of the Year. Who? Brock Bowers or Trey Brown.
That's fair. Bowers is fair, not true.
he has a quarterback that will actually throw to him good.
Kirk Cousins?
He has a quarterback that actually throws to him good.
Fernando.
Her nephew.
Yes, bro.
Her nephew.
Been too many white boys that I get down with, and Kirk Cousins are high for me, bro.
Hey, Kirk Cousins is like the lead out, and he out there so many.
Excuse me, for an HBCU t-shirt and wore a grill on
I can't with you.
You gonna be that and you gonna be that guy? You gotta do it every time now. That's all this.
You trust Fernando Mendoza? Yes, not using that other last name. I'm giving him some basic.
Amen. Finally.
No, don't push it. You're gonna give him that. You're gonna give him a bad offensive line. So I don't trust anything Raiders based.
That's why.
Sorry, Callie. You and me are cool. The Raiders are not.
That's why I think Bowers could win it because they don't really have a lot of options. Similar to Devon and Jake could win it because they don't have a lot of options.
Which I was just about to say, that's somebody we got to interject in that conversation.
I think he's gonna get injured by week 8 because they have no other options.
Don't wish that on him. Arguably one of my favorite options.
I know. I'm trying to tell you.
Especially at 10. Oh my God.
So let me tell you,
He got healthy.
random reminder.
Chicken.
Wow. Make sure you get his handcuffed this year. That's my best advice to you. Because they're gonna be keying in that way. They're gonna be triple teaming him like they did who got number one offensive option in the NBA was what I was thinking of. I can't think of somebody like when they played Carmelo and Carmelo had nobody around him. Triple team him. That's what's about to happen with Bijan. Or not Bijan, Bijan and Chain. They're about to be like linebacker, safety, corner, D line, all after him. The whole game. Because who else they gonna give the ball to?
They gonna find
Malik Washington is your number one option for receiver?
Willis.
Next one.
Next one. The expanded college football playoffs will produce a first-time national championship within the next 3 years.
Wait. I'm confused by your
Are we
question.
buying or selling that?
Oh, selling that, like I'm saying for sale. Yeah, I'm selling.
First-time national champion.
Somebody who won a first time national championship because of the way the playoffs are structured right
Yeah.
now, or how they're about to be, how they're talking about to be.
The expanded, right
How
now.
they are right now,
How they are.
you're saying somebody who's gonna win a title who's never won a title before
Yes,
in the next 3 years.
next 3 years.
I might actually buy that. Let's be real. We didn't think Indiana would pull that off.
And they just did that.
And they-
So,
yeah.
and they never won a title before.
And that's why I was saying, like, I think I can buy that, and I'm comfortable with it.
I'm gonna sell it only because of the time frame that you're giving me. I think what Indiana did was rare. I don't think it's commonplace. And not a lot of teams that have never won a title are going to be relevant enough to be winning a title.
They're not gonna have enough money. You know, the NIL is still a big thing. Or they're gonna need to have the money to back the signs up.
Maybe last season I would have agreed with you. NIL money is literally coming out of trees, rocks.
It's true. I got a good idea the other day too. Now, it was probably just to go nil in Fit West, but it wasn't. And I have this.
Honest and stayed. I mean, now it's fun.
Well played. Well played.
Well played.
I messed around, started finding out information about professional cornhole.
Oh, yeah, you
There's money to be made. I might mess around and just go pro.
You should.
Hey,
You got, but you got another thing on your head. The GoPro.
Oh no.
I know. Next. The next one on the list is Arch Manning will finish as a Heisman Trophy finalist.
I'm gonna buy that. I think he has a team for it. I think this team is ranked high enough. He's gonna get enough high level games. He has the arm talent for it. And honestly, even though this is a deep draft, there's not a lot of heavy players up there for the Heisman, to be honest with you. Like individual name wise.
It comes down to 3, right?
Well, finals is usually 5 to 3.
I'm selling. I mean, I'd have Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Tony, Trinidad Chambers over Arch Manning. Because the team has to actually do good in order for Arch Manning to be considered as a candidate. And they have to be considered good in order for him to be considered a candidate. And he'll be okay, but I don't think that he'll be enough to be considered a finalist.
Just like that Alabama bias blinds.
I'm curious.
It's not even, I haven't talked about Alabama yet.
You
Yeah, he has it.
died.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I am not.
This is why I say that. Because, bro, so as things stand today, Archman potentially could take some no-name guy that just happened to be some type of good in JUCO. But let's be honest, the way Texas likes to get guys, they like to get guys from junior colleges, and every now and then they'll pick up somebody, from around about high school. From the way they draft and recruit, I am very confident that Arch Manning will at minimum have at least a dog at a running back, and at minimum 2 guys who can literally do the matrix and hit an OBJ at a moment's notice. I think the question is just going to be, will the lights get really bright? Will Arch Manning, because I'm nice enough to say his name twice now, 2 times, I'm counting. Will he show up? 3, okay, I'll give you 3. Will he show up when it matters most, or is the noise too much for him? And I honestly think that this year, if I'm being real with you, bro, the only reason I say I'm buying is because the only 2 people that I think are going to have better seasons are probably, or even comparable seasons, probably be old boy from Ole Miss, and at minimum, somebody from Ohio State.
William Sam, the quarterback, or Jeremiah
Those are the
Smith.
guys. Smith,
But Dante Moore from Oregon could also make an argument there.
maybe 4.
He's not going to let that Indiana fall down.
But those would be the 4, bro. And when I tell you to not include Manning in that, You'd be asinine to do that, man. Like that'd be kind of crazy.
It would be. All right, next on the list, Caitlin Clark will finish her career as the greatest WNBA player ever.
Sell.
Not because
I
don't like Caitlin
Sell.
Clark, but she's not
Who came up with that? That had to be callous.
she's not
Had to be callous. No. Sell.
she's not gonna be better than Alexa Wilson. She's not gonna be better than Diana Taurasi. She's not gonna be better than Candace Parker. She's not gonna be better than Maya Moore.
Sue Bird.
She's not gonna be better than Sue Bird. It's better than Maya Moore. Not really better than Maya. Like it's the mountain is too high. I think that's too much pressure on her.
Caitlin, fans, y'all really got to.
First off, come up with that. No, that's a person who.
I generated the list.
That's a person. Okay, I blame you. I blame you. No, because first off, and I keep on mentioning what I think when it comes to Caitlin Clark. It has nothing to do with her being the best player in the league. No, I never mentioned that. Let's not get too crazy. Let's not get crazy.
They go for wrestling. She was as a fitness.
I talk about her reach in women's basketball as a catalyst. That's where it begins. That's where it ends. As far as playing goes, no, she's a great guard. But as far as the best, not close.
I think she's the Conor McGregor of the WNBA. And what I mean by that is like she's talented, really talented, and carrying the league. But when you go back in the annals of time, is she gonna be the one? But can I be honest with you? Why can I be so serious? Even Conor McGregor the best fighter.
I don't even think she's carrying the league anymore. I think at one point in time, in the beginning of the season, she was starting to. But what happened is this class here,
They going crazy.
First of all, can we tell
like,
Toronto? And what's the
Toronto,
Olivia Munn.
that's football skill for you. Toronto Temple, which for the record, watching the game right now, they up on my Valkyries 42-41. When I tell them down, hey, but my Valkyries is top three, so niggas can try one. I don't watch football hard. Let's go.
next on the list?
No, 7.
Next on the list, by herself, Kevin Owens will defeat CM Punk for the undisputed WWE champion.
Bye.
I find it.
The storyline is too good for them to not give
And I was about to
It's
say,
not even the storyline. It's not even the story. It's how they brought him back. Like, just like I said earlier, they brought Kevin Owens back, like Kevin Owens 1.0. And Kevin Owens 1.0, the fight Kevin fight, that Kevin Owens is different.
It's different. And can I also say, and that's no disrespect to CM Punk, because he literally was and has proven himself to be the greatest in the world. I'll ever live there for a comment. What kind? You have two worlds of wrestling colliding. The CM Punk is more so of a thought out tactician. Kevin Owens, honestly, he's really a dynamo when you don't know what you'll get when you get in that ring. Because he can give you the tactician style, but I was just about to say, but he is like that nice little hybrid blend of I have the moves and the tactical pieces, but I can fly. And there's not a lot of dudes his size that can move like that, bro. Which is why I'm definitely biased for Kevin Owens. But man, buy your Kevin Owens stock now, man. Buy it now.
Next on the list, Stephen Curry will finish his NBA career with the Golden State Warriors.
I'll buy it. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna buy it. Because it's already locked in the saying that there is nowhere else that you could send him. And quite frankly, if there was any time he would have left, it would have been now. Like the Golden State Warriors is at a crossroads. And then you tell we're at a crossroads, just look at the deals that we just did. We brought Gary Payton II back for a year. We brought Draymond back for a year. We brought him back for a year because at the end of the day, we're being nice and giving them just do. Figure out what it is that you're gonna do is either
They're not a playoff team this year.
that's what I say. I mean,
I still got them. Man.
I'm not gonna say we're deep in the playoffs. I think we might go home maybe. I don't know if y'all make the play-in.
Numbers. I got them as number 6 as the ceiling.
Really? And why is that? I don't want to hear this.
No,
So,
so I still think that they have.
You don't think we make the play-in, so that means that y'all old at this point. And I think y'all are injured and injury prone. I think Draymond has lost a step defensively. I think Steph's shot's still amazing, but he's been going through injury as well. And he's also slowing down comparatively as far as running off screens, running off the screen and rolls and all the
I
things.
think on the contrary,
Y'all lost Kaminga.
they're a lot healthier than years prior.
I don't know, but wait, I really want to hear this. Like, I lost Kaminga. Y'all re-signed Porzingis. I don't believe in Porzingis. Y'all got Moody starting. Moody's okay. Moody's probably not going to start. I just don't, especially now with Yax being in the middle. Like at this point, yeah. But I just don't believe Yax is the future. That's that. I think that I don't know if I really. I mean, I don't hate y'all. I just don't really believe in y'all. You'll have to name me 9 teams better in the West. 9. The West. I'm saying, I need 9 teams. Oh, well, okay, so because if you said the player, that means we end up at 10. 9 teams better because there are 2 teams that end up through the play-in that progress through. So we're not going to be one of those teams. So the teams that you feel like are better than us, matter of fact, the 8 teams that you know are 8 teams or the 9 teams. Because the play-in is the only chance. Okay. I got the Timberwolves are better than y'all. The Nuggets are better than y'all. The Thunder are better than y'all. I don't agree with the Nuggets, but okay. That's wild. Okay. I don't. Wild take, but
As long as the Nuggets have Nikola Jokic, they will be in the playoffs.
I think doing what? Losing. Doing what? Losing. I got the Mavericks better than y'all.
And that's it.
I got the Spurs better than y'all.
Okay. Wow. Even though they're not going to do anything, the Lakers.
The current Lakers? I don't know if I can give you that. I can't play that for them. Stop. The Los Angeles tennis playing Lakers. The whitest of the white team Lakers. Stop it, man. You gotta do it.
Exciting white Lakers.
Well, yeah, baseball.
So, okay, let me see.
You're right.
Spurs,
I ain't saying we top 5. I got
Thunder, Spurs. Okay, you got the Timberwolves, you got the Nuggets, you got the Rockets, you got
the Rockets. Are not currently better than it. You're wow.
The Rockets. The Blazers.
Rockets are solid when it comes to offense, but without Kevin Durant, they do absolutely not.
The Blazers.
The Portland Trail Blazers?
I'm not saying they're. I'm just giving you.
19.
I'm not giving competition. Listen, I'm just giving.
19.
Hold on. All seriousness. All jokes. I'm giving competition for.
I got the count first. I got it. I got you up 6.
Blazers, Suns. These are teams that are going to be competitive in the West. The Grizzlies, no, but the Blazers definitely with John Moran. I think and Damian Lillard healthy, like actually going to be healthy. I think they get a step up rather than a step back. I mean, they're not going to go lower. They're going to go higher.
The Jazz. I mean, about the Jazz?
No way.
What do you think about the Kings? No, sir. The Clippers. I'm just saying the team.
Clippers, no, they're going to lose Kawhi Leonard one way or another.
The Pelicans.
Moving right along.
Well, my point is that of the teams that you already named, the teams I've just named, better team of all those is those.
Yeah.
Those 6, 7.
I mean, the rankings.
I'm really trying to understand this Portland.
Because the Portland was 7th in the West this past year, and they gave the Spurs a bit of a rough time. I mean, they lost in 5, but they didn't have a lot of playmaking and they didn't have a lot of options when it came to scoring. And they had Denny Avdia, they got Drew Holiday, they got Scoot, they got a whole bunch of good players, and now they have
the projected starting lineup is Morant, Lillard, Kamara, Avdia, and Clean.
I mean, they're gonna be a running
out of having 2 guards who can shoot. What in the hell is the rest of that team gonna do?
They're gonna score.
Who?
Diddy Hopkins gonna be on lockdown hours from Gary Payton. You gotta stop. Come on, bro.
Donovan Clayton is gonna do what?
He's gonna get bored. What I'm saying is that
Against who?
I'm saying they will be competitive. I'm not saying they're going to beat Golden State. I'm just giving teams that will be competitive.
About seeding. I'm talking about legitimately a better team. No,
If you're talking about legit better team, then no.
no way.
Then no. That's why I say
They
Golden
are
State
better
is six.
shooters, but they are not a better team. than
That's
the
why I
Rockets.
said Golden State is number 6.
Oh, right. We gotta move on. We gotta move on.
You really
You're gonna make me take another drink, bro.
The WNBA finals will eventually outperform the NBA finals in television ratings for at least one game this year.
The WNBA finals
Yes,
is going to have more viewership than the NBA finals.
yes.
So
I
more viewership.
I'm rich, bro. One
They
game
All-Star Weekend already made some records.
That's true, but I don't think in the finals. Nah, can't give you that. Not this season.
Nope.
That's my
I'm
side.
not gonna say that I hate the idea. I don't know if I'm 1000% sold.
Just the All-Star game, they're gonna be better.
But here's my thing. And I feel like that's the definitive where I would have to sell it. Because we're talking about the five.
The finals,
You're talking about if you're gonna speak about a championship round of sports,
the play,
committedly
playoffs, playoffs.
some of the highest viewership in all of sports. And they do it justice because they put it on the channel that everybody has access to. It's free. Like the NBA Finals, man, it's TNT. It ain't on there no more. TNT don't got no basketball rights. So now they done made it even more accessible. Everything is on ABC and NBC now.
Well then, yeah.
So this is gonna be the first year we get the NBA on NBC Finals. So it's, man, WNBA, I do love you, but I think I gotta sell it, bro.
All right, well,
Gotta sell it, bro.
As far as what
the viewership, WNBA finals, the NBA finals for at least one game this year.
we said, one game.
Just one game.
This year.
It just depends on who makes the finals.
I need the call. That's all I say.
I'll have to go with Stell because I'm not depending on who gets there to the WNBA. It might work, but I think overall it'll still be NBA.
But I'm gonna say that like this, man. Yo, no one is handling better expansion as far as growth as a league than the WNBA.
Okay.
The way they are attacking, getting teams, building teams, and taking legacy that already exists and making it better, they could write a master class.
Well, I'm so glad you said it because the next one is the WNBA will expand 20 teams before 2032.
Yes, sir.
How many do they have now?
I believe they have 16.
I think it's
Then I buy that.
Hold on, let me see.
and honestly, if y'all ain't seen it, man, yo, the Cleveland Sirens
15.
have one of the best
Yeah, I buy that.
rollouts that I have seen a sports team have. They went and got their most valuable player from their past to narrate a new video highlighting team colors, the logo, the reasoning behind it. And then they have the nerve to put right now the highest selling women's basketball shoe right now in team colors. What I tell you, it was a match made in heaven. Whomever the marketing team is for the Cleveland Sirens, ooh, they need they need a great team because that commercial, man, I literally watched it on 4 different social media websites in 4K, and it's in Japanese. It was it's beautiful, man. I go for real, bro. I've never seen a rollout be that beautifully detailed.
Next on the list, Victor Wembanyama will win his first MVP this season.
I buy it. I think he actually had a chance to win it last season, of course.
I think this.
I think that the media has they're gonna have kind of the same thing that happened with Jokic, where the voters get, tired of voting for that same person, I think that's gonna happen with SGA. And then talent wise, Wemby's got it. And he's got the appeal and everybody's seen him and seen his game. I 100% think he wins MVP this year. Mark?
Yeah, I think I can buy it, man. Though, and yes, I'm gonna go on camera and say it again. Victor Wembanyama, you know as well as I know, you should not have been on the cover of NBA 2K27.
His arm was too long, man.
But
Who should have been on the cover then?
oh, it should have been Jalen Brunson. He
I can't remember that.
but 2K is doing this brand new thing, and they'll deal with who they'll deal with. I'm not buying 2K. Moving on from that.
I'm actually going to sell because even though they got SGA fatigue when it comes to the MVP, like they did with Jokic, like Mike said, I think that they're gonna save it for the playoffs for him because he was often fatigued in a lot of games that were later on in the playoffs. I think a person like Ant-Man might make a statement for NBA MVP, maybe Jalen Brunson, maybe Cade Cunningham. There's just going to be somebody that's going to want that regular season title more because it's going to get them more money. But I think the Spurs are going to play pause. They're going to play the long game and make sure that Victor's healthy for later rounds.
I'll say this, man. Yo, I'm telling you, Victor Wembanyama stock is definitely a must buy while it's on sale. Because this next season, this is his moment to really prove that he is who he said he is.
I think he proved that in the finals last year. I think he was dominant in the playoffs.
I think the playoffs,
He was dominant in the playoffs and the finals.
a glimpse of it. I think the finals, he started to retreat back because some of the noise got in his thinking.
Yeah.
And I think how he got out his own way, honestly, it's so funny because they're both from France. I think the same thing that happened to Victor Wembanyama happened with Kyron Mbappe. I felt like they had very, very integral, important moments in their careers. And at the moment that everybody believed they would get to the mountaintop, they failed. But what I think is interesting about that comparison is I do think both of those Frenchmen are due to have out of this window season, bro. Like I really think
Renaissance.
oh yeah. Because I think the thing that we've seen with Wemby is Wemby's trying to prove to you that the center is not a monolith position. That you can be as versatile to get a bucket, to get the board, but still have a 3-point game. That man's trying to have a mid-range game. Which let's be honest, man. Since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, is anybody that tall care about having a mid-range? Nah, for real.
Shaq did that one
Kevin
time.
Garnett.
KG's the closest. And
Tim Duncan.
KG's what?
Did you say Tim Duncan was huge on the league?
Shaq could shoot in his early parts.
He could shoot as well. He played a share. But that's still mid-range.
Y'all don't understand.
What's he winning? Because he was winning. He's been chicken this. He's trying to win. What did he shoot? The shooting, what shooter? What did he shoot? Shoot in the post. Oh, okay. But yeah, man, he was ISO Joe. Oh, Shaq ISO. Okay, I love it. And so you saw him shot free throws. You think he was mid-range? You think he was mid-range up? You know, you haven't Carmelo Anthony type of game. You saw it.
I didn't say he was shooting like Carmelo Anthony.
No, you said that he could shoot. You said he was a great mid. No, you said he was the Kawhi Leonard of the mini.
Listen, I didn't say his mid range was all that.
You are saying that as 16.
He didn't have a mid-range, but he was
range. He wasn't home on the range. No, we're not doing this now. I'm sorry, we're not. No. Oh, I'm not doing this now.
home on the range.
Shaq.
Bro.
No.
Like, no, golf range.
Lakers. No.
What is the definition of a mini? A dunk? Is that the definition of a mini now? A dunk?
I mean,
Oh my goodness. I don't even trust Shaq in the shooting range.
no.
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 We gonna be at her. No.
Maybe he has range doesn't matter. It stops raining. It stops. We back at you.
He better not get sponsored by Range Rover. Just no.
We don't move on. Number two of our more recent our new games. So right in front of the way he keeps it. Shut up. He got 20% free throw. He was attacking the ball. He was attacking the basket. Like, oh, his buddy, he opened the book. He got a video. Oh, man.
He got range. Like,
What if he was on with us? He was ISO judge. We're moving on. You're moving on. And you're on next. It is called Mount Rushmore or bust. Now, there's one person from the group that will have his time to share his Mount Rushmore on a certain topic that I have already predetermined. So it's either somebody volunteers or I volunteer them to do it. So it's either or. Anybody want to volunteer? Or you want to volunteer?
I'm a volunteer.
He's volunteering.
Shaq messed up with that Shaq.
George is going to volunteer.
Shaq is on the
So range. That's not much for a minute. But man, still. Back to the basket. All right. Anyway, so real quick. So we got about 10 minutes left. So real quick, we have Jordan creating his Mount Rushmore on the greatest sports villains of all time. Any sport, any era, any game, any season.
The free throw line for Shaquille.
Okay, and you have to do 4.
Now, here's the thing. They either have to agree or you tear it down. So you gotta be able to defend it. So it's whether or not your pick is valid or it ain't. So it's your call. So the greatest sports villains of all time. And we all get to judge it.
Okay, the first. Y'all gonna for this person.
You gotta wait, bro.
It's still in the minute.
I can picture Shaq trying to shoot.
You might have gone to McDonald's.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Neal. What size do you want your frosting?
How you like your women's video? Shoots video.
I see many Muppets. Michael Jones. Gotta eat the shakaroni.
Good.
Sauce shakaroni. That's only going to be inside, especially
Videos. Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to tell the ball and handball.
Oh my God. Rushmore on the villains. I almost said Shaquille O'Neal's mid-range shot. Just kidding.
That's your worst thing that you had so far. I love that one.
That's a villain right there.
How did you have terrible takes like that? That might really be a first.
If I be a person,
I'm chatting.
on the mini, baby. We all do for one. We all do for one.
Right in front of the Shaq with the sky.
Right in front of the 3-point line.
Shaq. Don't worry, I trust him. He's got the game for it. We're fine.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna be there the whole night. But if we're talking about Mount Rushmore of villains, okay,
Sports villain.
Sport villains.
Make it count.
Okay,
I know where you should go.
I got one already in my head. I got three more. Where should I go? Because I got two already.
You want us to tell you?
I was going to tell you.
I was gonna say Michael Jordan's gonna be one of them because anytime he was on an away team and a city couldn't stand him, they booed him. Let's say Madison Square. Let's just say places like Utah, Indiana, Phoenix, like places where he gave them nightmares. Even though he became more of a fan favorite, Tom Brady, because every single time in the NFC, he was the boogeyman.
Boogeyman for a lot of
Boogeyman. Yes, the boogeyman.
I'm not mad.
Ooh. Oh, I can do wrestling too?
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, I want a specific year, 2009 Randy Orton. The craziest villain I've seen in a long time.
This man cooking again.
Who knew?
And
I think this is what happens when you exercise the demon of a cat. The superstar.
what? And Smart as the number four. Just to feel the fantasy football. That is sports film.
Bro.
I almost said Justin Fields overall because he's a villain to everybody. But
First round, man. No,
because he made like $400. That's why.
Mike was the first quarterback.
$400 going out the drain for the Justin Fields for 3 years.
3 years in a row. 4 years in a row after that.
I was before the season even started.
He had a freaking years off season. Out
Torn ACL. Why? Justin Fields.
Those pictures they put up when they were like the teams are eliminated from postseason. Oh man, it was Jordan before I had Jordan like
Get this out the way.
Oh,
And number, goodness gracious, number 4. So I think of somebody who really is just a straight up asshole.
I don't think they say it's a villain, but I don't believe it because I've met him once and he's actually pretty cool.
Who are you talking about?
Boogie.
Boogie?
Marcus Douglas?
Yeah. They tried to vilify him real bad, bro. And he was actually a really good guy, man. Like,
I want to say it was a specific decade or a specific time where he really just out of control. But
I mean, I feel like they do Draymond.
I was gonna say T.O. when he was on the 49ers because he had those times where he was very antic based, especially when he did I don't know, he didn't do the one that was Randy Moss who did the mooning on Green Bay, but he did the star taunt on the Dallas Cowboys logo, which I mean I would advocate for it because it's Dallas, but a lot of people didn't like it.
You said 2004.
I think this is the first Mount Rushmore. I don't decide to go up.
I gotta agree with actually. I feel like he cooked on this one.
I think you did a good job.
It was difficult though trying to find like actual villains. Like you can't stand them.
I feel like I would have said Floyd Mayweather as a sports villain. Everybody hates Floyd. You love him or hate him, I hate him.
I'm neutral on him. I feel like I'm neutral on him.
Like,
I respect him, but yeah.
he's the night.
I wanted more from him, though. I had high expectations. That was that sports villain. That's why I said Draymond. Everybody hates him.
Well, he did punch that in the eye. Which is still hilarious. I was gonna say Ron Artest or Shane Wallace. Probably Shane Wallace.
Well, I have a question. Is he on the list or in the Mount Rushmore as Artest
Or Metal World Peace.
Metal World Peace?
I would have put
Artest.
I would have put Sheet Wallace over Ron Artest. Honestly, because Rasheed Wallace got kicked out for so many games. And to be candid with you, over Rasheed Wallace, this is a controversial take from sports villains. Latrell Sprewell, I would put up there. That man literally choked this coach in a game.
That happened only one time.
That's all it took. How many times you supposed to choke him in a game before people like, well, you know, if we had a three strike rule on choking your coach in the middle of the game,
It's not like you Homer Simpson choking his son Bart every single episode. Like it was only one time, bro.
you know the man was going so loud before he left. Shaquille O'Neal has to choke his coach after his coach yelled at him for 20 hours for missing 5 mid-range shots. But you're the mini go with the what's going on. Well, he comes in riding the mini go.
That's how Astro put it in. The game never really is. Thank you for spending your time with us, sharing opinions, passion, and a love for sports that go beyond the scoreboard. Huge thank you to our 293 subscribers. Shout out to those that see this on Kick. We appreciate every single one of you rocking with us, and we're still on the road to 500 subscribers.
500 on the way.
If you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe, follow, and join the conversation. And make sure you're looking for a post for the Crash King this week. I think I already know who it's going to be. I think we know who the winner is. But until next time, stay competitive, stay curious, and keep loving the game. This is Squad Sportcast. We'll see you all on the next play.
Yeah, you do have remote control.
Yeah, I gotta get remote control. That's the crazy part, right?
Remote control.